too. I literally knew, I felt the video stop. Like I felt the video going and I was like, why? Spirit wants this broken up in small bites for you guys to take on a little bit at a time. So yes, this is the third video, Insanity, for pile number 3. Well, it's all about the 3s, right? Isn't that interesting? And I saw 3 deer yesterday. I've been seeing 3s like crazy. So pile 3, we get 3 videos. What do we expect, right? What do we expect, you guys? We're powerful. We're powerful beings. We're powerful beings, right? So, yeah, we need to take care of ourselves. You know, we need to take care of ourselves. You know, the eagle is the #1, you know, animal in this deck because he's the badass mofo. An eagle is the spirit card. It's all representation of spirit. And it says, eagle, fly high, touch great spirit, share your medicine, touch me, honor me, so that I may know you too. Eagle medicine is the power of the great spirit, the connection to the divine. It is the ability to live in the realm of spirit and yet remain connected and balanced within the realm of earth. Eagle soars and is quick to observe expansiveness within the overall pattern of life. From the heights of the clouds, eagle is close to the heavens where the great spirit dwells. You know, the reason why they brought, that's all they want me to read, because you guys understand, I mean, the eagle is powerful, you know, and that's what we are. We're eagles. We're owls. We fly in the rhythm of the universe. So we are in the 3rd dimensional world when we need to be. We go to the 4th dimension, the 8th dimension, a gazillion dimension, whatever it is, you know, it's all languaging. So whatever you perceive it as, but you know, this is our role. This is what we do. We are powerful. We are old medicine. You know, I mean, for some of you, you probably watched every video. I mean, I haven't done 4 and 5 yet, but I know they're going to be just as powerful, you know, but all of these resonated, right? We're all really old and we've been doing this many times, but this particular reading is about us shedding things from our past life, from the Egyptian, like what we endured. And I think a lot of us endured a lot of heartache, a lot of hardship. I think we suffered tremendously. And, you know, that's really powerful, you know, to suffer so much. And then, you know, it's like this emotional flogging that we've all been doing, this spiritual flogging that we've been doing again and again and again, just to really understand humanity and from the divine, right? Like from spirit. We're never going to understand. It's a great mystery. We're never going to really know, even when we're in spirit form. I doubt we know exactly, you know, everything about the creator, right? Like we're just a form of the creator. We're just like we're all an essence of the creator. We're an essence of the creator. But see how like it almost wanted to go away and like the eagle's like kind of looking away. You know, it's like, but we're not the creator. You know, we're Arcturians. We're Arcturian starseeds. Research Arcturians. And, you know, we come from unconditional love. That's why I feel, personally, I feel so, like, attached to the archangels. Like, they do feel like my siblings. And I've said that for years. And it was so blasphemous to my church growing up. But, you know, it's like I knew that there was something else. I knew I was just calling bullshit on everything all the time. I remember in video number 2, they were talking about being the truth seeker. You know, when the owl of wisdom, you know, spoke about being the owl medicine. You know, spoke about being the truth seeker, the truth seers. That's what we do. That's our job. Like it's our job to call bullshit. Even if people don't like it, it's our job to call bullshit. And if we don't, then we're doing ourselves and spirit a disservice. The lizard wants to come forward now. He's like, can I come in? I really want to talk. I'm like, okay. So the lizard says, will you dream with me? Will you travel across the stars, beyond the place of time and space? There live visions from afar. And that's the lizard medicine. Oh, sweet lizard. So Grandfather Sky wants to come out. And some of you who've been watching the other readings, you know that Grandfather Sky's been coming around a lot lately. I love how the medicine bag just wanted to stay back there with the feather. So the lizard says, lizard sat lolling in the shadow of a big rock, shading himself from the desert sun. Snake crawled by, looking for some shadow to coil up in and rest. Snake watched Lizard for a while as Lizard's eyeballs went side to side behind his enormous closed lids. Snake hissed to get Lizard's attention. Slowly, Lizard's dreaming eyes opened and he saw Snake. "Snake, you scared me. What do you want?" Lizard cried. Snake spit his answer from his forked tongue. "Lizard, you are always getting the best shadow spots in the heat of the day. This is the only big rock for miles. Why don't you share your shade with me?" Lizard thought for a moment and then agreed. "Snake, you can share my shade spot, but you have to go to the other side of the rock, and you must promise not to interrupt me." Snake was getting annoyed. He hissed, "Well, how can I bother you, Lizard? All you are doing is sleeping." Lizard smiled knowingly. "Oh, Snake, you are such a silly serpent. I'm not sleeping. I'm dreaming." Snake wanted to know what the difference was. So Lizard explained, "Dreaming is going into the future, Snake. I go to where future lives. You see, that is why I know you won't eat me today. I dreamed you, and I know you're full of mouse." Snake was taken aback. "Why, Lizard, you're exactly right. I wondered why you said you would share your rock." Lizard laughed to himself. "Snake," he said, "you're looking for shade, and I'm looking for shadow. Shadow is where the dreams live." Lizard medicine is the shadow side of reality, where your dreams are reviewed before you decide to manifest them physically. Lizard could have created getting eaten by the snake if he had so desired. Lizard is the medicine of dreamers. Whether dreamers smoke you or dream you, dreamers can always help you see the shadow. This shadow can be your fears, your hopes, or the very thing you are resisting. But it is always following you around like an obedient dog. If Lizard dreamed a space in your cards today, it may be time to look and see what is following along behind you. Is it your fears? Your future trying to catch up to you? Or is it the part of you that wants to ignore your weaknesses and your humanness? Lizard may be telling you to pay attention to your dreams and their symbols. Make a dream log and record all that you have remembered. Be sure to pay attention to each individual symbol or reoccurring pattern. If you do not remember your dreams, you could try setting a music alarm for 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., or you could try drinking a lot of water before bedtime and allow your bladder to wake you up. Dreams are very important, so pay attention to them. I mean, I don't know if you need to go through all that, but, whatever works for you. But isn't that interesting? How Eagle, wanted to step aside and Lizard wanted to push through to explain to us, right? Like we're these creations, we're these magnificent light beings having a human experience, but we have to learn to be able to decipher between our dreams, when we're astral traveling, when we're in the human form. Sometimes when I'm away from people for a really long time, I can start to feel a little cuckoo bird because like I think I might have told you guys, I had an incident last week where these people came by and I was so taken off my guard, and I said, "Hey, I don't live in your world, man." I'm locked away here in my own place, So I know not everybody lives like me, but especially if you're extra busy and you live around a lot of people, or you have a job and you're going to school, or you're just really busy, it's even more important for you to journal even throughout the day and start listing your experiences, or what's happening in the human world, what's happening in your world. Does that make sense? Grandfather Sky says, "This is your time to reach for the sky. Expansive energy, vitality, health, healing, and passion. These qualities are expanding in your life. The sky's the limit. You are a healer and a channel for the life force of the universe. Your ability to sense energy fields is increasing dramatically, so be prepared to soar to new heights. Your native spirit wants you to know when you receive the Grandfather Sky card, you're entering into an expansive cycle. Do not hold back and repress what you feel. Your body and spirit will become drained. If you strive to meet everyone's expectations, but forget to honor your own needs, your energy field becomes dull. If you allow your emotions and needs the freedom to be spontaneously expressed, waves of incredible energy will expand inside of you. Running on your own resources, it's easy to become drained. However, letting the divine light of the Creator flow through you easily replenishes your soul." The journey is to deepen your connection to Grandfather Sky and bring an expansive energy into your life. Stand outdoors with your arms reaching up to the sky. One of the fastest ways to bring joy and bounty into your life is through gratitude. Allow thankfulness to surge through you up into the heavens. Yeah, and when they were talking about it's easy to become drained or whatever. Like, if you're not, I'm not saying that attunement isn't real. I mean, I got attuned with Reiki, but I understand now why some people are like, we don't have to get attuned. I mean, if you're a natural Reiki, like, you just kind of like turn it on, you know, just by like talking to spirit. Cause when I looked down, it said 4422. So look up that number, angel numbers, put up 4422 angel number in Google. But you know, it's however you want to do it. But every night when I'm going to bed, I Reiki myself to sleep. And last night, or, you know, I worked so intensely with spirit yesterday, and like, I'm sure I have 2 more readings still to do after this. But last night before I went to bed, I Reiki'd myself, and I woke up in like a pool of sweat in the middle of the night. And this has happened to me a lot lately and it's because I'm literally like pulling out the toxins. Like I'm just putting my hands on my chakras and on myself and talking to spirit and my spirit guides and, you know, asking to release it. And I'm picturing my, you know, my chakras clear and balanced. And, you know, I'm just picturing all good things. So, you know, the few times I wake up and I'm like, ugh, like, I'm so gross. Like, and it's crazy because it's literally like 40 degrees in Big Camper. It's been 20 degrees at night. So it's like 40 degrees in here. I should not be hot. You know what I mean? But I'm like a furnace because my body is burning away all of the negative, you know, stuff and the toxins I don't need anymore. So, you know, work with that energy. So I'm hearing to wrap it up. The next thing they had me bring in a few cards, and this one was say no. Now, on this one, it's got a couple, and that's why they had me do this now. Saying no means, like, say no to things that, like, aren't good for you. For some of you, it may be, you know, it may be a person. It may be a situation. It may be a love interest. You know, this is a mass reading, so take from it what you need, leave behind what you don't kind of thing. But it's also the number 9. And if you look right behind it, I just noticed, so is the lizard, 36. They're both number 36. Look at that, which is the number 9. That's so crazy. Yeah, and I just heard in the 4422 is the number 12. So there's a lot of stuff coming on with us, you know. Now, listen, the other thing they want you to do is seek an expert. Sometimes, you know, and I love how this can mean whatever it means to you. Like I just heard for some of you, the expert might be psychedelics. Like, I've seen this card before, and I know what it means, but, you know, maybe it's, you know, smoke some weed. Maybe it's to shroom. Maybe it's to, you know, do some acid or whatever. I've had some friends lately who've been experimenting with psychedelics, some that have never done psychedelics before, and they're like, holy shit, like, they're like, that just, like, changed everything. And I'm like, I know, right? So, you know, it could be that, but also seeking an expert could be a therapist, or it could be, you know, like a past life regressionist to work with the Egyptian past life stuff. Like maybe stuff you really need to release. If you don't know of one, reach out to me. I know somebody who knows a few, and I can give you some numbers. The next thing they want me to say, we're getting close to wrapping it up now, is decorate. See how this bird is like, or see how like the little fairy is like adorning the bird with like pretty like flower like garlands and stuff. I love like the fairies are like just like decorating the sweet bird. There's a fairy up here. But this is like to pull out your artistic side, whether it's adorning yourself, your home, or whatever. This card has been coming up for our tribe a lot. So it means just get artistic and start wearing your insides on the outsides. Like if you feel like a rebel, you know, do that. I remember I went from being looking a certain way and being like a cheerleader type girl to like freshman year, I just wasn't feeling it. And I got kicked off the cheerleading team because I refused certain things. I was totally rebelling. And I went from being like this cutesy girl who wore like my cheerleading uniform to school freshman year to like wearing like black lipstick and like ripped clothes. And I remember my mom literally saying, why do you want to be so ugly? Why do you want to look so ugly? You look so ugly. I remember my mom saying those things to me, you know, because she was like, your clothes are ripped, you know, she's like, what's going on with you? And that was the way I was trying to express myself. You know, I was wearing vintage clothes and black Converse. This was in the 80s, you know. And I was one of the first people, and, you know, I was into like punk rock and things before people were in my school and stuff like that. There were a few people, but, you know, and it's funny because after that, you know, a lot of trends started to take place in my school. And it's because I was brave enough to just be myself. And most of it's because I didn't give a fuck and I didn't want to live. But still, that was my bravery. But Spirit's saying, and don't be afraid to be yourself. See, Spirit's in the background. The sweet the sweet eagle wanted to stay there. But they want you to know that you're safe. Look at the sweet butterfly. Look at the wings back to back, the butterfly and the fairies. Like, the fairies got your back. Spirit has your back. You're safe, you guys. You're safe. Just work through this Egyptian energy, you know, like call on your spirit guides, go in meditation, you know, seek an expert, whatever you need to do. I'm so glad. This was really intense. This was really long. And if you watch all of this, I'm so proud of you for hanging in there. This was hard for me to do. But just take care of yourself in the process. Do your best. Oh, and they just heard there's one more card. And do it while walking in beauty. Walking with grace. You can do that with grace. You can be yourself with grace. I love that card. I always forget about that card. And that card is whatever it means to you. But it's about walking in your beauty and your strength as a healer. Like owning who you are. Oh, when I looked down, it was 5008, which is the number 13, 58. You hear me? You feel me? Thank you so much for coming today, you guys. I'm so proud of you. Deal with this energy because it's the only way you're going to move forward is by doing that. And I know for myself, like my higher self has been fighting this really, really hard. Excuse me, no, I've been fighting against my higher self really, really hard because I know now that it's the last bit. Like, I'm still holding on to my other past life stuff. I've been, you know, I've integrated them into who I am now. But it's the Egyptian for me that is my last one that I'm dealing with. So we are here together. Ooh, when I looked down, it was 50-55. So we're here together to change and get through it. And with our tribe and with each other, we will get through it. So just know that you are loved. I love you so much. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging in there, you guys. Blessed be. Oh.